If you watch this entire video, I promise you, after today, no one will ever disrespect you again. Because I was that same guy who knew nothing about the world or its people. Every time I stepped out of my room, I'd come back feeling defeated and spend hours overthinking. Why did this happen to me? Why did my dad scold me? Why did that guy insult me? Why was I so scared of him? Why did that girl ignore me? Why doesn't anyone listen to what I have to say? Why does everyone disrespect me? These questions tormented me. So I took some time for myself and slowly, piece by piece, freed myself from them. But since this change took time, I want to save you that time with this video. The real solution to this problem, the one they never teach you in school, you'll find right here. So I'm telling you again, watch this video until the end, because from this moment on, no one will ever disrespect you. So this happened about 2 or 3 months ago. It was around 7 in the evening, and I was at the gym, working out and chatting with this other guy. We were standing right next to the mirror. Suddenly, this dude, maybe 29 or 30 years old, the most arrogant and egotistical guy in the whole gym, walks in. The moment he entered, the whole vibe just dropped. He came up to the guy I was talking to, put his hand on his shoulder in a really disrespectful way, and told him to move away from the mirror. Then he just turned and walked off. When this happened, I looked at the other guy's face, and I could just tell his spirit was crushed. Whatever happened next happened, but the main thing is, when I got home, I replayed the whole situation in my mind. And when I did, I noticed some fascinating things about real-life things you're about to notice too. I was thinking, when that guy came up to both of us, why did he single out the other guy? I was standing right in front of the mirror too, but he didn't even make eye contact with me. When I thought about it, the answer hit me immediately. See, I weigh about 82 kgs, and I've been hitting the gym since I was 16 or 17. I'm roughly the same height as that jerk, around 5 feet 8. The other dude, though, was skinny, had just started going to the gym and was maybe 5 feet 5. Looking at him, you could tell that even if he gave it his all, he couldn't hurt a bigger guy. That arrogant guy picked him to show off his strength for that one simple reason. After it all went down, I went up to that kid and told him something. I said, "Bro, think about why that person treated you that way. Feeling bad about it won't change anything. And maybe after this, you'll even want to quit the gym. But I want you to know this. That person attacks based on their own insecurity. They have nothing against you personally. They speak harshly, but even if you back down, it doesn't matter to them. That guy is just an animal. He just wanted to prove he's the alpha in front of everyone, and to do that, he picked on you because you were the easiest target. Existence was telling him, you're weak. And if you're weak, you're vulnerable. Look, if a person acts like an animal, jungle rules apply. And in the jungle, there are 2 rules to live without fear. First, your body has to be strong. You have to be big. Second, if you're not strong, you need a pack, people who have your back. In that situation, you had neither. I had at least one of those. That's why you got caught in the crossfire. What we need to understand is, if you want people on the street not to disrespect you, not to mess with you, not to prey on your ego, then you've got to be strong. Just being strong is often enough. You won't even have to use that strength. Your eyes, your posture, your confidence, and your physical presence will send a clear message. Don't mess with me. The other person just needs to get that message in their head that you're powerful. To stay safe from the animals living among us, you need 2 kinds of strength. First, physical strength, and second, the strength that comes from being part of a group. Now, lazy people might think physical strength is hard work. I'll just stick with the group, that's easier. But listen carefully, you can't drag your friends with you everywhere. And if you're weak, physically or mentally, even your own friends won't respect you. That's why physical strength, mental strength, and confidence are all crucial. You need the courage to stand up for yourself to earn respect, even from your own people. And if we think beyond that, about society and the new people we meet, the first impression we make is incredibly important. It comes from our clothes and our face. You need to improve your dressing sense and take care of your looks, which means starting a good skincare routine. And when it comes to skincare, a good face wash is super important. I'd recommend the Man Code Power Glow Face Wash. I've been using it for about 20 days, and I really like the results. It works not just as a face wash, but as a cleanser too. What I love is that it doesn't have any harmful chemicals like parabens or SLS, which you'll find in most face washes. This one has licorice extract, which removes dirt and dead skin, controls oil, and repairs damage from the sun and pollution. For guys, the biggest problem is acne. This face wash cleans your pores really well, tackling the root cause. You can grab it from the link in the description. Have you ever shared something personal with a friend, only to have them use it against you later? It makes you feel like you can't trust anyone. So should you just never open up? Not exactly. You should talk, but the topic shouldn't always be about you. You only give someone the right to know your vulnerabilities once you're sure they're genuine. With everyone else, stay unpredictable. People should feel a bit curious after talking to you, like you're an encyclopedia of knowledge, but no one really knows what your weaknesses are. But what if a friend already knows your triggers and uses them to hurt you? In that case, we need to accept that revealing those triggers was a mistake. Now, our focus should be on minimizing the damage. Think about it like a performer on stage. Their confidence grows when the audience claps and reacts. Similarly, the person trying to disrespect you is hungry for your reaction. They want to see you get nervous. If you give them no attention, no response, they'll end up like a performer with a dead audience. They're just a clown on stage with no one watching. You don't have to retaliate. When you don't fight back, their ego gets bruised more than anything else. They'll start thinking, if this isn't affecting them, why am I acting like a fool? By doing this, you take away all their power. Just remember, this only applies to verbal disrespect. If someone gets physical, you must defend yourself. Now, some people disrespect you because they know you can't leave them. This could be anyone, family, friends, a partner. This kind of disrespect is still disrespect, and dealing with it takes effort. But I want you to make that effort because it will build a self-respect that no one can break. We tolerate disrespect when we get something valuable in return. For example, if you live in a toxic home environment but you don't leave, it's not because you love your family so much. It's because you have nowhere else to go. You have no money, no place to stay. The day you have your own money and a backup plan, your family will either stop treating you that way, or you'll have the power to leave. The same goes for friends. If they know you have the courage to walk away and be alone, their disrespect will stop. And if that girl realizes you're not going to be her slave for attention, she'd change her tune. Never let anyone have a long list of complaints against you. Lend money if you can, but never borrow. If you must, pay it back with interest. This preserves your dignity. Finally, listen carefully. There are two mindsets. The first is, everyone must respect me. The second is, whether they respect me or not doesn't matter. But I need to know how to handle disrespect. All the solutions I've shared are for the second mindset. But what about making everyone respect you? The answer is there's no solution for that. Stop being hungry for respect. When you demand respect, you give the world control over your feelings. The right way is to keep the power in your own hands. Tell the world, I don't expect respect from you. Your job is to make yourself stronger. If I expect respect, I have to stray from my own path to please others, and that's no way to live. If you truly understand these points, nothing will stop you. I've put them on the screen so you can take a screenshot. If you liked this video, please share it with every friend who needs to see it. And if you want to have a one-on-one call with me, click the second link in the description.